You're joining me in the kitchen because I've had nothing to eat all day because I was busy with clients. Okay. So if you are new to me, my name is Grace Marie Brown, international ghostwriter and book coach, and I help my clients to convert their ideas, knowledge, and resources to nonfictional books. Let me see if I can hear myself. You can hear me, I should say. As you're coming in, go ahead and say hi. Um, Let me know that you are here. Okay. Let me know that you are here. And then I also want to just put in the link. Let me just do all of my little preliminary stuff first. The link for the template. Planner template. As you come in, say hi, let me know who's here, and then let me just share it out to my groups, and then I will be with you. Okay, so Authors Classroom and Publishing Disciples. Great, awesome. So I just literally got a notification from Amazon. We all know Amazon packaging, right? We know Amazon packaging. And so the proof is here for the print version of the template itself. So what I do every year when I do these templates, or anytime I do a template, I do a proof print through KDP, because I want you guys to know that when I'm giving you a template that you're going to turn into a project for yourself, that this is something that you can print, and I want you to be able to see what that looks like, so that you can go ahead and make your decision to go forward with it, right? So we did the no changes. I didn't change anything inside. Well, we changed some things inside the template, but we didn't put in any specific wording or anything like that. We just printed the template in black and white. And so we removed the watermark. Why? Because when we're printing to KDP, we don't necessarily want to do color because, of course, you know, the cost associated with that. Well, the cost associated with color generally is higher. So I wanted to print it in black and white to see what that looks like, so that most of you are going to actually print in black and white because that cost is just far more economical. So to do that, we simply just removed the watermark, and then we went ahead and just printed that. I did a cover just to go with it. So this is it. I did a cover to go with it. And if you're here with me live, say hi. And if you have questions, now is a great time because I'm just going to be preparing a meal for myself right now. So I did a cover for it. It's a really simple cover. This is going to be our 2020 cover. But we're going to change up some things on the interior for the planner that we're going to be selling. But I just wanted to kind of see what the print looks like. And so this is the interior now, right? So it's all black and white. Let me bring that in closer for you. All black and white. So if you have seen the flip through of the planner template, you will quickly realize that we removed the watermark. Sometimes people are worried, if I remove the watermark, how does it look? If I'm doing it black and white, how does it look? We know what it's going to look like in color, right? Because we have that flip through to know what that looks like, but we want to definitely know what it's going to print in print. And it's a wonderful print, I must say. KDP did a very good job with that printing. All right, I'm not seeing your comments, guys. Oh, Stephanie says I just got mine. Awesome, right? So I'm going to walk you through it. Maybe I should turn on this oven so I can bake. I'm going to bake some biscuits. Don't mind me, guys, but I'm super hungry. So I'm gonna bake me some biscuits, and I'm gonna probably do some bacon too as well. All right, so let's kind of walk you through the template so you can see it in live and living colors. If you are creating your planner, you have to do a cover. The template does not include a cover. You have to go ahead and design your cover, and that's separate. So we design a cover just so that we can see what the print looks like from KDP, okay? All right, so page 1 of the template is this title page. So this is what I'm saying. We didn't change anything. We just wanted to print the template so that you can see what it's going to look like for you, all right? So in the template, you would have put your title here. You would have put if you want to change this, this second line here, you would change that, right? And then the second page is just as in the template, is our copyright page, right? So you see exactly what I show you guys as the flip through is exactly what has been printed as well. And then that other page is this, what I call an introduction and pre-planning page. Now, why did we include that part in the planner? It's important because a lot of you guys are coaches, you are consultants, if you're MLM and stuff like that, like you have, it's gonna be for your brand, right? It's for your business. So you definitely want to kind of talk about who you are, why you created this planner, what type of pre-planning work you want people to do before getting into the body of the planner. So that's what this page is all about. And so there's some sample text already there, and I give you instructions as to what you can put in this section. So I have use this section to write an introduction to the planner or pre-planner work you want the user to engage in before getting into the day-to-day planner. So that really allows you to be able to put that in place, that type of content inside your planner, which is really awesome for your brand, and it's also great for the person who is actually using the planner itself. All right. So as I said in my description, I'm cooking, and you can ask me any questions you want about the planner template. All right. So our next page is this big freestyle page to write on. And if you want the template, it's bit.ly/2020 planner template. Let me make sure that's, I don't know why I'm not seeing it on my computer. Oh, there it is now. Let me pin that for you. bit.ly/2020 planner template. Okay, so this next page is like plans for 2020. Now we have just put a box there. If you wanted to put something else there, you could put something else there. If you wanted the person to do very specific planning, so let's say you wanted them to write out their quarterly plans, or you wanted them to journal their goals for 2020, or let's say you're one of those coaches that do a lot of vision work and mindset work. If you want them to kind of draw their vision, then you could probably just leave this page blank and put some instructions there about what it is that you want them to actually do with it. But that's another page prior to the actual planning, day-to-day planning, right? And then each month is going to come with a calendar. So if I just bring it up, you'll see that calendar there. You see the month at a glance, and then you see that space right there for you to plan. Once again, all of that you can change out. You can change this out. I had a call this morning with somebody who wanted to expand the calendar some more, and I told her, well, that's fine. You could remove this and expand it down. You could also probably do it in like a table form if you want people to write more for each day. But it is possible for you to, as much as it looked really small, you can write in those spaces, because I use my 2019 planner has a calendar view just like this, and I write into those spaces because all I'm writing there is kind of like what I'm going to launch on those very specific days and so forth, right? So 1 second, I'm going to wash my hands because I got to put this biscuit on the tray. Any questions, guys? And if you know somebody who wants to create their planner, definitely go ahead and tag them in this video so that they can see this and they can get this information. All right. So live Q&A, this is your opportunity, guys. Okay. Let me put this biscuit on. So one of the things when I talk about the fact that you can change stuff and you can put in things that are connected to your brand and to you as a coach or a consultant, is the fact that the template is actually This biscuit is really hard to pop. The template is actually in Word. And so because it is in Word, you have the opportunity to change everything, right? So a lot of us may not have, may not necessarily have the capacity to do Canva stuff and InDesign stuff and those type of different platforms, but you are used to Word, right? So if you're used to Word, then that is something that's going to be easier for you to use. So the template is in Word, and it comes with an instructional video as well as an instructional PDF as well. All right, so let me just get something out of the fridge. All right, so let's then continue. One of the things I love about the template is this, okay? It's the fact that you see your entire week at a glance. The entire week is at a glance. Now, inside the template, we say you can include a scripture. So this is where you would actually put the scripture that you want for that person, or you could put a box there and you could say, write your major objectives, or write an affirmation for this week, or you could include what that affirmation is, or include a quote. If you're a Christian and you're doing it for your ministry, or you're doing it for your church, then you could put in scriptures. The scriptures might be connected to a theme for that month or something like that. So maybe on your month page, you might put on January is the month for vision, right? And then you could put scriptures every week that's focused on vision. And then February, you could say it's focused on love. And then you put scriptures every week that's focused on love. So you see how it's very versatile. There's so many things that you could actually be doing. You could actually be doing with the planner based on whatever it is that you have. So if it's hold on a second, guys. You can see I don't multitask very well. If it's a ministry or a church, then you know it's going to be scripture based and based on spiritual stuff. If you are a coach or a consultant, it's going to be connected to your business. So one of the things I often tell people is, as much as you try to incorporate your own brand into the planner, you want to make sure it's still useful to the person. All right. So for example, myself as a book coach, I could design a planner that's focused around motivating you to write your book. And so I might have a 12-month plan to write a book, and I can put that to the front of the book, front of the planner. And every month I can have a list of things that you need to be doing to be working on your book. That could be an option, right? But at the end of the day, I know that even though I am giving you a plan to write your book, and the planner is going to be directed to my brand, Pen to Publish, I still want to make sure that you can use this planner for other stuff. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't change anything in here. I would keep all of this like this, right? And then up here, I would probably put what are the things you need to be working on in your book, or I'll probably put a motivational quote about why you need to finish your book. But then maybe on the monthly pages, I could put something down here to say list of things you need to be working on for your book. If you're a financial coach, it might be list of things you need to be working on every month in relation to your finances. It might be a list of things you're going to save or not spend on, or it might be writing your budget out for the month. So there are ways for you to customize the planner template so that it connects to your brand, but you still create a planner that is useful to the individual on a daily basis. So although I have a planner from Pen to Publish that is centered around encouraging me to write my book, I can still put in my appointments and my other to-do list. You see what I'm saying? So we want to make sure that that's absolutely possible when you're doing these planners, okay? So for those of you that are on, hi, hi, am I saying that right? I don't want to butcher your name. I really don't want to. I see Tana joined, DC joined. If you have any questions, you can post them now while I try to prepare something to eat because I'm hungry. And I just got this thing from Amazon just as I was about to go into the kitchen. All right. So we continue then with a template. So this would be like, this was week 1 of January. So every week, really, Grayson, my lipstick got onto the pages. So every week it's the same thing, all right? And you'll notice, right, there's a space for you to write over here. There's a space for you to write, and then there's a space for a to-do list. This is a big jump from, what we had for 2019. For 2019, we had a master to-do list for the week, and then we had just lines for each day. We changed that for 2020 because a lot of the people who purchase my planner templates are busy people who have to-do lists every single day, right? And so when I even was using the planner itself that I created for myself, I noticed I was putting together a list. So I had a separate to-do list book that I created. And I thought, well, that's crazy. I should just have it incorporated into the planner. So that's why we incorporated that inside there, okay? So that's the weekly view. And here's the cool beans about the planner template. It is designed so that in a very specific way, designed and formatted so that when you do print, it prints like this, exactly like this. So we took all of that into consideration to make sure that that happens. And so in the instructional video, I talk about balancing out the pages. So if it is you add any page, you have to make sure you add another page to balance it out, to make sure that you're always printing like this. Because nobody wants to see Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday on one page and then have to turn over to see the other, right? As entrepreneurs, you all know we want to see the whole week at a glance, right? So that's why we designed it that way. And once you watch the instructional video, if you do make any additional pages, it will kind of walk you through what else you have to do to make sure you keep that balance in the planner itself, right? And then here's the cool beans. For those of you who love journaling, reflection, I like to reflect, I like to journal, and we all should really at the end of the day. It's not only just about planning for the month, planning for the year, and then planning each day. It's also about reflecting on what are the things that have happened, right? So that's also important. Put a little bit of oil in there for that, right? So what we have is an end of month reflection. That's a feature of the template itself, right? So you see it have wins, lessons learned, and plans for February. And so each month has that, okay? And that's really cool. So you're creating this for your brand, you can change up the prompts. It can be something else. So let's go back to the financial coach. It might be reflecting on, whatever you may have saved for that month, or reflecting on your income generation, something like that. If you're a business coach, it's reflecting on the goals that you created for your business that month, or something like that, right? So there are ways for you can actually change this up to whatever it is that you want to change it up to. If you are a spiritual coach, or you're doing this for your ministry, or you're doing this for your church, then the reflections might be centered around spiritual reflections, such as, what has God been saying to you over the past month? Let's go back to the idea of, let's say the theme for January was write the vision, or something like that, or creating the vision, or something like that, right? And then each week you would have had scriptures centered around vision, right? Then at the end of the month, you could probably have them reflect on what did you come up as your vision, write out your vision, how are you going to share this with other people, stuff like that. Like, what is God telling you in terms of what you need to be doing in 2020, or something like that, right? So you can readily see how you can take a very sterile planner template and add things to it that's going to really make a difference for you, your brand, your ministry, or otherwise. Now, let us say you're doing it for your personal use, because you don't have to use it to, you don't have to actually create a planner to sell it or have it for your brand. You might want it just for your personal use. And if it's for your personal use, you're going to put in the stuff in there that you want in there, okay? Some people like free writing and free doodling. So they would take out these lines and just put in a big square inside there, and that's fine, okay? Remember, guys, you can ask questions, the opportunity for you to ask me questions, because I'm here with you live, and you can ask the questions. If you're in a watch party, you can also ask questions as well, because in a watch party, I am there with you. So you can do that. If you're on the replay, you can also ask questions. I'll just come back in and I'll come back in and actually respond to you guys. All right. So the template then continues throughout month after month after month, has the same thing. And here's the cool beans, because this takes up a lot of time. Everything is cool beans to me, right? It's funny because I don't even eat beans. But here's the thing with the template. It's fully dated for 2020. So we took the time, I took the time literally, and then my VA had to go over it. I took the time to go through and make sure that we had the 2020 dates, right? And that by far is one of the most time-consuming part of the template itself. And so you don't have to do that. And that's what makes the template so easy, because you yourself don't have to go through and do the dates, right? You don't have to do the dates. The dates are already inside there for you, right? So we go through every single month, and then when we get to the last part, we have notes. Most planners have note space. Why? Because people write notes a lot. So if you just want to put down some notes, you can put down some notes, right? You can always have that. So there are a couple pages to the back with notes. You can add pages if you want to. I've seen people who have used this template add like a contact list and stuff like that. If you are doing something, let's say for your church or your ministry, you could add a page that deal with like prayer requests, like to write down prayer requests or write down stuff that you're praying for. There's so many things that you can actually do with this template if you just think about it creatively, in a creative way. There's so many things that you can do with it, right? And what's great is that you already have the foundation, which is this template that's already there for you. All right. Any questions, guys? Any questions? I know some of the biggest questions I do get is about customization. Everything is customizable inside the planner template. Everything. The colors, the watermark, you can take out the, as you can see, this print I just showed you does not have the watermark inside of it, right? So you can take out the watermark out of it. You can change the watermark to what you want it to be. You can, as you can see, it was printed in black and white, not in the color that you see in the flip through. So you can print it in color, and you can also print it in black and white as well. So that's pretty awesome, right? When you really think about it, that there are all these various different options available for printing. So everything is customizable. Then when we talk about printing, there are two platforms that I highly recommend, because these are two platforms I have used. And when you download the template, you will get an instructional PDF that's going to give you the links to these publishing platforms. So you're going to be able to upload and publish. So the first platform is KDP. KDP, we all know KDP to be a platform that we publish, that is an Amazon company that publishes to Amazon and other expanded distribution platforms as well, right? So with KDP, you can only do the wraparound perfect binding cover. So this is all you can, this is the only one you can do. You can't do spiral, you can't do hard covers, none of that, okay? So if you want to do perfect binding, which is the cheapest binding cost option available in the world, if you want to do that, KDP is going to be your best option. How much did it cost me to print this? $2.15. $2.15, okay? Now, if maybe a little bit over $2.50, maybe $2.30 something cents, right? But if it is that you wanted it to be in color, for example, it would be somewhere around $7 plus to do it in color. So immediately you can see how color triples the cost associated with a planner. And so when you're competing with planners in Walmart and other places, you want to be making sure that you can price your planner at a point that people will buy. When we're going to the current Get It Done planner on Amazon right now that we have, it's actually being sold for $7.70, and we sell a good amount of those every single month. That's an undated planner. We are going to be replacing it with this dated planner. And so we're going to be pricing it closer to about $9.99 or $10. As a result of that, because when we did the research, the pricing research, most planners were being sold between $7 and $9. There's no way we were going to be able to compete with those producers of planners by pricing it over $10. So if we wanted to price at $10, there's no way we would do a full color planner. And so part of the research too was also buying our competitors' planners as well and seeing those planners, and most of them are black and white, they're not color. And the ones that are really selling well are black and white too. All right, and so those are priced anywhere from $7 to $8, and so we knew we have to stay in that bracket, and that the highest we could really go would be $10. And that's something for you to consider. So that's KDP. And you can have the book available on Amazon, the planner available on Amazon, and then you can always print your own copies and have it available to sell on your website or at an event. If you want to use a platform like the Book Patch now does better when it comes down to spiral. Their wraparound perfect binding is way too expensive, so stick to KDP if that's what you're committed to. Their color prints and their spiral printing is really good on the Book Patch. But you're going to spend a little bit more money there to get that done. But a spiral planner does go at a higher price. And so you can tack on that extra $3 or $4 that you spend to spiral bound it to your price point so that you can really start to see the profit line where that is concerned. The other option, you do have few individuals who kind of want their planner to look really sophisticated and nice, right? And so they might want a hardcover planner with metal coil binding. Those are more expensive, and those can run you anywhere between $15, $16 to $17 per print, depending on where you're printing them. And so of course, you know, you have to price those in the high 20s or mid 20s if you're going to price that out. But the only platform that I have tested and proven for that is Vervante. So you can also use Vervante for that option. So those are your options for printing. And those are oftentimes the big questions that people ask, all right? I trust that was helpful. I need to go concentrate on my food now. And if you have questions, you can always post them in the comment section, or you can even inbox me if you want to. The template is just $47. It includes the template plus instructional video and PDF, and it also includes online and email support for you should you have any issues whatsoever. So you can get it for just $47 at bit.ly/2020 planner template. That's bit.ly/2020 planner template. and that link is in the comment section. Thank you guys for being with me and joining me. Go get it done. Happy creating. We're doing this now because we know that you have to create it and then market it. You have a very small window of opportunity to sell a dated 2020 planner, and that's why I'm doing mine now and why you need to do yours, so you can have that large window of opportunity to market and sell your planner. Okay, I trust that was helpful for you, and I look forward to connecting with you